Okay, so good morning, Mark. Thanks so much for coming to speak to us today. Do you want to just tell us a wee bit about who you are? We're obviously here in Grove House in Ballynahinch today, but if you want to tell us who attends the day centre.
Okay, I'm Mark McMillen, and my mum May. She attends the day centre here 5 days a week, and mum's 83 on her birthday, and she just loves the place here. That somewhere to come every day.
So, Mark, do you want to tell me how your mother came to attend the day centre here?
Well, mum got into a situation whenever her memory she started to lose her short-term memory, and she got into sort of a rut, and she didn't want to get up out of bed in the mornings, and she was sort of wasn't looking after herself. Elaine, my wife, and myself went off to work every day and left mum to her own devices, and she normally was up every day cooking and baking. Mummy was a great woman for making soup, and she always would have had the dinner ready, and her vegetables and all peeled every day for us coming home, so my wife only had to put the meat on or whatever the case might be. But she got into a situation where she didn't want to get out of bed, and she only found this out that she just got up maybe about 12 o'clock on the day. Normally mummy was up every morning early, wasn't getting out of bed at 12 o'clock, wasn't taking her medication properly, and she was sort of feeling a bit and starting to lose a bit of weight because she wouldn't have made herself lunch, because my wife wouldn't have been home to maybe just after lunchtime, maybe 3 o'clock in the day, and she just wasn't looking after herself. So she got into the odd day she didn't want to get out of bed at all. My wife would have come home and she wasn't even out of bed at all, and we decided we'd have to do something about it. So whenever the doctor advised that she could come to the day centre, and it would give her a routine. So at the start she got in for a day or 2 days and then mummy just loved the place, and at the start she didn't want to. First she didn't say, "Oh sure, I don't need to go to a place like that, no, it'll not be for me," and then we talked her into it, and whenever she started to come, just loved it. And then it got to be she was able to come 5 days a week. Now we wish we had it 7 days a week, because she's set on a routine. She knows she comes every day, and she's used that whenever the bus comes to lift her, or some days I would bring her down if I'm handy to home. I would bring her down to make sure she's here, and she just gets into that routine. She's used coming. She just loves the crack, and all the activities that they have here. They do knitting, and they do quizzes, and they have they have their daily papers and all, and conversation's a big thing, and they do have a bit of good conversation. And I would, the mornings that I would bring her down, I would stop and have a cup of tea with them here and have a bit of crack, and they all know me, and I have a bit of banter with all the ones that are coming in and out.
What activities would your mum do during the day whenever she's here?
Well, whenever mum comes in the morning, she would get a wee cup of tea. Everybody gets a cup of tea and a bit of fruit loaf, or pancakes, or whatever's going that morning, and that's usually in around 10 o'clock-ish, and she gets her knitting, and there's papers there for all the local papers, and the Telegraph and that sort of thing, and they would read through the papers and that, and they have their lunch usually about 12, half 12, and then they come into the room that we are now sitting in, which is a comfortable seats in, and they would have quizzes, and they also do quizzes in the other room as well, where they have a big whiteboard, and they would ask questions and that, and mum's good at that. There, she's pretty alert where that's concerned. She's a good memory for things that have happened years ago, and then they have word games, and they have they would have, I think they even do some jigsaw puzzles and that type of thing. And also in this room here they have a TV, and they would play DVDs, they would have films and that there, and they also have they have a CD player here, and they would play, there's always music going. If the TV's not on, they would play a bit of music and that, and they would have a bit of a sing-song and that there, and everybody, there's always plenty to do, and the art of conversation is great. Some days I would come down to lift mum as well, and you're all sitting here because they're all lovely and cozy and warm in here, and they all. I would get they would keep me going. I would get a bit of banter from some of the women, so they would keep me going about things. So, just I think conversation's a good thing. Keeps the mind alert, and that's what keeps Mummy. That's what keeps her alert. You know, but having people to talk to every day. You know, whenever she can come here and talk to people every day.
Mark, so can you tell me how far your mum has to travel to come to the day centre?
Well, we just live out in the country. This is the centre's based just on the Antrim Road in Ballynahinch here, and we live about 2.5 miles from the centre. And the bus, there's a community bus, and there's also a bus belonging to the centre here. And the community bus that goes around collects people from Saintfield, Crossgar, and surrounding areas like that there. And then the bus here lifts people around Drummond's, Drumsnad, and Ballynahinch and Drumara areas. And some people come in by their own mode of transport. Family brings them in, or they get a taxi. And it's all local, and it's a nice wee catchment area right around the Ballynahinch area here, so it is.
So Mark, what does the day centre mean to you? Whenever your mother's here during the day, what does it actually mean to you? Does it give you peace of mind, and are you out at work during the day?
Yeah, it gives my wife and myself great peace of mind knowing that Mummy is here, and you know, and that she can be collected, or as I say, some days I bring her down, knowing that there's going to be someone there for her. She's getting a cup of tea whenever she comes in. She gets her lunch and an afternoon tea. And she's not lacking in anything. She's been able to get her meals whenever she's supposed to get them, and it means that whenever she didn't want to get out of bed, she's getting her medication at the proper time, and gives us peace of mind that we can go to work and know that Mummy's going to be looked after. And it's I would say peace of mind is a great thing, that knowing that she's not at home sitting on her own and not looking after herself. That'd be one of the bonuses about it, you know.